We're in a $1 billion deficit. You spent half of that on illegals. Trump, make an example out this right here first. So spend our tax dollars to protect these illegals. I think not. Flip Chicago.
If Chicago residents were told the city is confronting a $1 billion deficit, while a significant share of public funds is being directed toward migrant-related costs, many would likely be deeply concerned. Today, I came across several of the most striking recent videos involving immigration and ICE, and the final clip is especially powerful. You will not want to miss it.
Us and giving to them people that they don't know who they are. I asked them, is there any type of vetting process for them to come over here from Texas to Chicago? They told me no. When I said this to Alderman Vasquez, he lied to my face, and he told me that they are being vetted. When I asked them, they said they're not being vetted. They said no names have been taken, they just got put on a bus and shipped over here. That's why there's gangs over here now. This is why there's gangs roaming the streets. I asked them, is there any type of regulation? Is there any type of police oversight or curfew? They told me no. This is why they're able to do whatever they want to do, break into stores, vandalize, break into cars, run people over with cars that they steal from people, children. These people come from countries that traffic in drugs and children that our government is subsidizing, while they're telling us that we need to be sympathetic to them. They're putting them in our community, the black communities. We have to take the blunt of all of this illegal immigration, and we're getting told that we're the bad guys if we have any complaint for it. For years, the government has said that they were going to do something to the south side and the west side, and every single time they say, well, you know, it's not in the budget right now, we need more votes, it's a process, it's this, it's that. Yet illegal immigrants come over and millions of dollars out of apparently nowhere gets to go to them. Criminal or non-criminal, it doesn't matter, they still get to go to them. Adults my age, these are not old men and old ladies with little babies, not most of them, no. These are adults my age that our government neglects the citizens of, the veterans sleeping on the streets, and they're giving to them. These people are preying on the elderly in our community. We've seen that time and time again. All of that's been documented. They're preying on the children, not just in Chicago, in New York, in Colorado. The government has neglected us, and we have the list of everybody who has approved of it, everybody who has voted for it, everybody who lies to our face. We're tracking everything in your seats.
He raises concerns that many people would consider legitimate. When veterans are left homeless, it inevitably prompts serious questions about national priorities and whether public resources are being directed where they are needed most. He also underscores a broader issue. Too much of this spending and too many of these decisions appear to move forward without the level of oversight, transparency, and accountability that the public reasonably expects, particularly when such substantial sums are at stake.
Shame! Oh, shame! Now we got these protesters going after
the lunatic liberals.
I'm sorry, you're calling these people lunatic liberals now?
Yeah, lunatic liberals here. I mean, look at these people. They don't even know what they're arguing for. It's really a shame. Most people aren't educated. Most people don't know how law enforcement functions work in this country. If half these people knew what, our laws are of this country and how law enforcement acts and how they're going about this, they wouldn't be this mad. I think it's an education problem,
Do you think this is a left and right issue, or do you think it's just a law and order issue?
I think it's a law and order issue. I think people don't respect the laws of this country, and this is the outcome of that on a daily basis. Yeah. See, my point proven. Uneducated, they're just angry. It's pure emotion, zero logic from here. They don't know what they're arguing about. They have no idea.
And what are you guys arguing about with the police officers right now?
Bro, if the cops weren't here, I would beat your ass.
Whatever one's position may be, the protesters appeared highly charged, and the atmosphere did not reflect anything resembling a peaceful exchange. Threatening to harm someone for voicing a viewpoint is indefensible under any circumstances, and the scene seemed to be shaped far more by agitation and raw emotion than by reasoned, constructive dialogue.
I am leaving this country, the United States, in 213 days. My son and I are moving there, and I am spending day after day researching schools, where to live, how to afford this, visas, taxes, everything. And And I'm angry. I'm angry because I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to leave this place. I shouldn't have to walk away from everything I know. But between, my son got death threats in school recently, and we know what that can escalate to, and of course the schools aren't handling it the way they should. Between looking for jobs for, month after month after month, with everything that's going on, with what they're doing to immigrants, with what we are doing to other countries, I can't be here anymore. I can't breathe here. I am sitting here though worried because I've got 2 other kids who are in college here, and they're not ready to leave. And I want to make sure that I've got a place where they can make a soft landing if they need to get out. I am dealing with all of this, and none of us should have to. And I know that there are people that can't leave, and I'm sorry. I am. That doesn't mean you get angry at those who can. I also empathize with the countries that are being inundated with immigrants. I am sorry. But I grew up in an immigrant-heavy city. I loved it. I loved the diversity and everything. I'm not trying to ask anyone to assimilate to me. Okay, I am moving and I expect to fully have to assimilate into that culture as much as I possibly can. But for 1 second, understand why people are leaving. This isn't just like a gimmicky thing. I'm not just leaving because ooh, Spain's cool. It is, and it's beautiful. But that's not it. We're literally escaping fascism. And you're not here, and I know you're not privy to everything that people are going through here. And we can talk about that on other videos, but I am just telling you, this is becoming an absolutely inhospitable place for people. And it's time to go. But oh my gosh, I shouldn't have to. And this is so freaking hard. And I haven't even really started yet. I guess I have, but I haven't. I don't know. Anyway, I'm rambling. But do you want real? This was...
It appears this woman's decision to leave is being shaped by a mix of factors, particularly economic pressures and the broader direction of current conditions in the United States. Ultimately, if she believes that relocating to another country will offer greater stability, stronger opportunities, and a better future for both herself and her children, that is a deeply personal choice for her to make.
Here is a couple things. One, these people here are, passionately talking about ICE agents coming into their communities and you don't know their identities. Well, you know who we really don't know the identities of? Any of the illegal aliens who've been invading our country for the past 60 years. Wow. Yeah, how about when you see the farm worker, is that going to be like the same farm worker that murdered Molly Tibbetts?
That's a true story.
Yeah, how do you know when the Honduran fruit seller is out there? How do you know he didn't? One of the many women who came up here, according to the Univision study done in 2015, 80% of women who come to this country are trafficked and think about that. How do we know they're not one of those? How do we know they're not one of those? And Americans are sick and tired of it. We're sick and tired of it in our country. So let me say this too. We want it. They say you want to know the identities of these ICE agents. We don't know any of the identities of these murderers coming into our country. Let me also say this too. This same city council in Costa Mesa, if you vote to make these people take their masks off, this was the same city that was arresting people for refusing to wear masks.
As we have all seen, many people are eager to learn the identities of these agents, yet in practical terms, there does not appear to be a clear or constructive purpose behind that demand. At the same time, as he pointed out, there are countless individuals across this country whose identities are likewise unknown to the public, which makes the focus on this issue seem selective, rather than meaningfully solution-oriented.
Hey, quick question. Why do ICE agents have guns? Why would they ever need a gun?
To me, the explanations seems fairly straightforward. In certain situations, they may be required to protect themselves, much like police officers, which is why that comparison is often made when the issue of carrying weapons comes up. In many countries, law enforcement personnel are equipped with some form of defensive weaponry as a matter of standard safety protocol, intended to provide protection in volatile or potentially dangerous circumstances.
From him?
You need to stop. Right.
You need to stop kidnapping people off the fucking street. You just raked him away when I'm trying to call his family for him.
Whose ex-wife is this? I want to call his family. Do you speak Spanish, Becky?
Stop! You guys are kidnapping people off the fucking street!
They're not kidnapping anyone. They're literally taking them back home where they belong because they're here illegally. And if you care that much, you should go with them. Maybe you can learn how to cook some chorizo or some tortillas from scratch.
Get out of our fucking city!
That's what they're literally doing. They're taking illegals out of your city. You should just leave it to the professionals. Shut up.
Frankly, these agents appear to be carrying out the responsibilities assigned to them, even amid the considerable criticism they have faced in recent weeks. They are operating within the scope of their duties and following official directives, and from that standpoint, the girls' actions could reasonably be seen as an attempt to obstruct or disrupt their work.
You will not allow Trump to come in here and get these illegals. Yeah, you can smile. We're in $1 billion deficit, and you spent half of our money, half of that on illegals. You campaign and double down that you would not raise property taxes.
I won't raise your property taxes.
You wanted to raise our taxes $300 million. They shut it down. Now we back here for $150 million. Okay. See, this is what we asking now. Since you want to crash out, some of y'all said y'all willing to go to jail for it. Trump, Tom Homan, make an example out this right here first. Please come here first. Spend our tax dollars to go. Michael Rodriguez, you said to take Trump to court to protect these illegals. That's cool because we about to make all of y'all aldermen famous. Y'all think this is how it's gonna ride? I think not. Flip Chicago red. We not playing.
This what's gonna happen to you. You got Cash Patel and Pam Bundy that you're gonna have to deal with sooner than later. Then it's going to be an audit. Next, it's going to be an investigation. Then it's going to be an indictment. Conviction. That's what's going to happen to you.
Mr. Brandon Johnson, I'm up here. I am speaking right now, so I would love your undivided attention, please. I'll wait. So this just proves to you the lack of leadership that you show in this city. You can't even give me straight eye contact. Now, I'm gonna let you know now, the people of Chicago, we're done with you. It is insane how we have been voting Democrat for over 60 plus years and we've never seen a change from people like you, Lori Lightfoot, Rob Emanuel. It is insane. Chicago was 37% red. In 2020, it was only 15%. So we're waking up. So you can pretend that this isn't happening, but I know for a fact that you will not have that seat the next election.
You so strong about protecting those aliens, but you won't do nothing for the U.S. citizens.
I got a great way how we can what we can do with this budget. First, let's start with cutting off illegals, getting free everything. Free housing, free schooling, free food. Yeah, let's start with that. That'll save us a lot of money. What, $600 million? Let's start there. Then let's start with your salary. You are going down in history as the worst mayor in America. Let's start with cutting yours. You making too much money. Let's start there. You Democrats, and you remember you told us to defund the police. Remember, you ran on that. Remember, you was the defund the police. Let's start with that. Let's defund the police detail that you have. And let's put the police back in our neighborhood because we're not for defunding the police. Won't you just practice what you preach? Remove all the details. We saw you coming in today. You had all the police presence. So let's take some of that away.
The mayor seems to absorb the moment in silence, giving the impression that he is uncertain how to respond, while the broader reaction suggests a deep and growing frustration among many Chicago residents. Quite frankly, that response is not difficult to understand, because if people believe their city is failing to invest sufficiently in its own communities and citizens, resentment is bound to follow, and many others in the same position would likely react with similar disappointment and anger.
Suburb I'm in. So ICE was just in my suburb at our local grocery store while I was there, and they were grabbing somebody. Nobody in the grocery store stopped them from doing their job. Everybody was clapping and excited about ICE being there. People were hooting and hollering, you know, chanting for ICE. You gotta love small towns in Minnesota, honestly. We are so stoked. And honestly, you know what I did after the ICE agents got done with their job and what they were doing? I said, can I buy you all, you know, like something to drink and something to eat? And I did. And I sure did, because you know what? I'm excited that ICE is in Minnesota. Really excited. I'm not going to tell you the suburb I'm in, but it's close to Stillwater. We'll just leave it at that. Best thing I've seen today is watching an ICE agent arrest somebody and send them back to where they came from. Love it. Super happy about it. Love the suburb I live in, because there was no protesting. Nobody stopped them. Nobody did. Because no one gives a shit. They want them gone.
The scale and intensity of these protests can differ dramatically depending on the location, the crowd, and the circumstances surrounding the event. At the same time, the personnel involved are generally carrying out directives established by the authorities they serve. From that perspective, some observers argue that while public demonstrations may express strong opposition, they are not always likely to produce immediate changes in how existing policies are implemented or enforced.
Fody, and I'm from Buckingham Township, and I honestly don't know what country I'm living in anymore. You made the statement, of course, you've heard it so many times tonight, people violate the laws anytime they want. And you said it so cavalierly, so arrogantly. Of course, Mr. Harvey voted with you. Can you look at me, please? You disrespected the other voters. Thank you. A little bit of respect. You know, I agree. You don't get punished anymore. That's where the country is, because of the losing liberal left policies. One state steal less than $900, it's okay. I go to Home Depot the other day to buy a tool. It's locked up. I asked the guy why. Oh, they come in shopping carts, they load it up, and we can't stop them. We're not allowed to do anything. They're the garbage policies you people endorse, okay? Oh, but you know what? If you're a conservative Christian grandmother and pray outside an abortion clinic, you get 10 years under the FACE Act.
That's a fact. Yeah.
That's really fair, isn't it? There's no more men and women's sports. There's no more men and women's locker rooms. Can you imagine your junior high daughter, self-conscious about her body, and she has to change or take a shower next to a naked man? Yeah. These are the sick policies you people endorse. There's not going to be any more rapists and murderers coming over the border. And I just got word that the killer rapist illegal immigrant just got sentenced for killing Laken Riley. See, that's something you should cheer for, guys, not just look at me. And by the way, please stay with these policies, because 80% of Americans don't want them, never did, but you guys are too dense to understand.
Most people have dealt with the frustration of shopping in a store where certain products are locked behind secured cases and an employee has to be called over just to access them. While it is undeniably inconvenient, retailers such as Home Depot typically adopt these measures in response to persistent theft problems they have found difficult to contain. Still, the final clip is especially striking, and it is one you will not want to miss.
Fucking traitors! What the fuck is wrong with you? How do you fucking sleep at night, you Nazi piece of shit? How can you as a black man turn on the people like this? What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with every one of you Nazi fucking pieces of shit destroying this fucking nation? Shame on you, you fucking Nazi traitor! Shame on you! You're fucking laughing, you fat piece of shit! Fuck you, you fucking Nazi assholes! Fuck you for your betrayal of this fucking country, you traitorous little bitch fucking Nazi! Fuck you, you Nazi piece of shit! Shame on you! Shame on you, you fucking traitorous bitch! Fuck you, Nazis! Fuck you, you fucking traitorous little fucking bitches! Fuck you, Nazis!
It is difficult not to see this man as deliberately escalating the situation by confronting the agents and shouting at them beside their vehicles. Yet what is equally notable is their lack of any visible reaction, which may suggest they are accustomed to this kind of pressure. With that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share in the comments which moment stood out to you the most. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.